Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we are going to be talking about the Hogwarts Legacy drama that has been going on for like weeks now, man. I don't even understand why this has become this big of a topic, why it's gotten to the point where all the way up until the release of the game, this was just such a huge debate, but apparently, people online, they needed something to be mad about, man. They needed to find something that they could just be upset about because, it's not a day on the internet where you can get online and people aren't finding something to boycott or something to cancel or something to complain about. Hey, don't buy this or don't do that, especially on Twitter, man. So Hogwarts Legacy, which is like a Harry Potter game, I'm going to be real with you. I haven't been a fan of Harry Potter since I was a kid. I know that's going to upset all you Hufflepuff ass motherfuckers or whatever, but I haven't watched no Harry Potter for a long time, man. So for me, this game wasn't really on my radar, like I heard people talking about it, the Harry Potter fans that I know and stuff were hyped up for it, but this game wasn't even like really on my radar personally, like I have a few other games that I'm kind of looking forward to over the next few weeks, months, etc. But anyway, this game came onto my radar because of this situation, because so many people were talking about this with two distinct sides in the conversation kind of forming, right? You have on one hand people who were just wanting to play a video game, right? Like they're hyped up that Hogwarts Legacy's coming out because, maybe they like the way the gameplay looked, or they're a Harry Potter fan, so they're going to play the game regardless, right? Whatever the reason may be. They were just looking forward to playing a game and having a good time, right? They didn't really care about all the drama and the politics that the Harry Potter series, and more realistically, J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, that kind of controversy that's been generated, right? Because I guess over the last few years, J.K. Rowling has become a transphobe. I don't know honestly too much about it. I don't follow J.K. Rowling on Twitter, but apparently there's been multiple different instances that people point back to and they're like, oh, J.K. Rowling's a transphobe, she's a turf or whatever. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the situation when it was kind of unfolding, but she's been like kind of on the hate list for a long time, like people have really not liked her for a while now. And pretty much any time now that pretty much anything Harry Potter related happens, it feels like there's this select group of people online who like come out of the woodworks to complain about it and to complain about J.K. Rowling constantly and all this other shit, right? Well, Hogwarts Legacy kind of got wrapped up into all of that because, it's a Harry Potter installation and whatnot. They didn't want money going to J.K. Rowling. They didn't want, a video game studio, quote unquote, supporting transphobia, I guess, supporting a transphobe. And so now there's these two distinct sides of the argument, right? And there's been just complete clashes between the two of them. I mean, on Twitter, there's been thousands upon thousands of tweets written about this subject. And, you'll look in the comments and there's fierce debate. On one hand, you have people like, oh yeah, fuck transphobia and all this. And then on the other hand, you have people like, hey, I'm just trying to play a video game. I don't care about the political and societal views of the person who created this. I just want to play a video game that looks pretty fun to me. And so it's kind of pulled me into this whole thing, right? And it actually has kind of got me on board to buy the game. I'm not gonna lie. So I've been waiting a few days as the early access to the game came through, and I think it released officially today or yesterday if I'm not mistaken, but here in the next few days I'll probably end up getting this game and playing through it and trying to have some fun with it or whatever, simply because they kind of brought this game to me in a way. I have yet to play it, but I'm looking forward to getting it in the next couple days after I see some more gameplay and stuff. I'm not one of those people, I don't like to rush out and buy the game on day one anymore, even if I'm confident that it's going to be good, because I don't want to waste my time. But I just think this whole controversy and realistically this entire argument surrounding this game is just completely stupid, man. I feel like people are just taking this so far, and for what? Now, I'm just going to come out and say it, man. I'm one of those people who I separate people's personal views and whatnot away from the art and stuff that they create, right? Like, for instance, I'm a pretty big Kanye West fan, but I'm not like a Kanye West fan, I like his music, I like his art, I like his shoes, but I don't agree with him, when he says shit like, well, the stuff he's been saying recently about loving Hitler and all these other things, I feel like the world has forgotten that sometimes people who create art and create things and products that we enjoy can actually have viewpoints and beliefs that actually differ from ours. And you can choose whether or not to support that. And This is where people are always like, oh, well, if you choose to support it by buying this game, that has nothing to do with quote unquote choosing to support anything. You can buy a product from something or somebody and vastly disagree with what they do in their private and personal time, right? Like, I feel like this concept's just lost on the world, man. Oh, well, if you buy the game, you're indirectly supporting transphobia. Like, no, they just want to play a fucking video game, dude. It has nothing, it's not a political statement. It's not like a personal, right of what they want. They just want to play a video game. But no, you've had people who are, defending the transgender community, quote unquote, going around and actually fucking harassing people, bullying people, spoiling the game for people, just like actually being assholes because people are just believing differently than them, right? Because they want to play a video game, they don't care about the fucking socially popular opinion of the day on Twitter, right? And so how have they been doing this? Oh, they've been going around to people who are streaming the game and harassing them in their chats. They literally at one point had created like this database website that would track whether or not a Twitch streamer had streamed Hogwarts Legacy and would number how many times they had. That way people could basically socially check these streamers and see if they're playing a game they don't like. So, there's no way that could lead to people banding together and fucking harassing people for streaming the game and playing it, right? No way that's what that tool would be used for. And, they tried to use the excuse, oh, well, it's to see if whether or not we want to support that streamer, whether or not we want to support that person. And when you hear people say shit like that, I'm going to be honest, you can tell they don't ever leave their fucking bedroom, right? Like they don't leave their house. Fresh air is a foreign concept to them because if you're so like mind bent and like hell bent on policing your own personal practices to the point that you project it onto everybody else on the internet and you like choose which people you don't watch Twitch streams for because God forbid they play a video game you think quote unquote supports transphobia. Like it's just an insane level to take things to, man. Like it's fucking stupid. And what does it accomplish? Absolutely nothing. What did this website get anybody? Oh, it actually ended up getting taken down because of the massive backlash against it. The people going around and harassing people in their Twitch chats and whatnot for streaming Hogwarts Legacy are being vastly disavowed on the internet. And it's kind of funny because these people always believe like they're the ones on top, right? Like they're morally righteous here. And this isn't like shade, by the way, at the transgender community or the LGBTQ plus community in any way, because the truth is the extremely vast majority of people in these communities aren't the ones online doing shit like this. They're not the ones on here fucking, bullying people to the point that they're crying on their streams and like building websites with databases so they can try and fuck with Twitch streamers for streaming a video game. It's not, all of these other people who are just trying to live their life and go about their life in the way that they want to. It's just terminally online assholes, and that's what it comes down to. They've even gotten to the point where they're going around and spoiling the game for people, which, oh yeah, sure, that's not a hate crime or fucking terrible or anything like that, but it's just like an extremely douchebaggy thing to do. Like, I can't think of one instance where, like, it's ever, like, cool or, like acceptable to spoil an entertainment piece for somebody who's looking forward to it. Like, these people spent 70, 80, whatever dollars on this fucking game, waited for it for months, and because you don't like the person who wrote the franchise that they're enjoying the product from, you go and ruin all of that excitement for them just simply because you can, because you think it's funny or whatever. It's like simple elementary school fucking tit-for-tat bullying, bro. It's like the most insane shit ever. And then these people want to sit around and parade like they're the victims on social media. Oh, well, the series is transphobic and well, nothing, dude. Well, fucking nothing. It's a video game, okay? Like, at the end of the day, when the sun sets and the moon comes out and the birds stop fucking chirping, man, it's a video game. That's all it is. It's a video game. But to these people, this shit is like every day. It's every day, bro. No Jake, Logan, Paul, none of that type shit, This is what they do. They get mad about shit online that is stuff they shouldn't be getting mad about. They project their personal beliefs and sometimes insecurities onto everybody else. They get upset at you for not caring, and then they act like fucking children. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. And then now we're basically at a point, where now that the game's releasing and shit, they've been calling all for a boycott. You gotta boycott this game. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. It's your choice. You don't want to stream the game because you feel like there's some sort of issue with it or whatever. 100%, I agree with that. You should be allowed to do that. And that's the thing. I feel like people are acting like we're saying, oh, you can't protest the game or boycott the game. It isn't even that. It's the fact that you can't sit there and act like self-entitled assholes when people don't play into your shit for you. That's what it really comes down to here at the end of the day. I don't have a problem with transgender people or like any really LGBT community, anything like that. I don't really give a shit, like you do whatever you want to do in your personal life. If you're not affecting me, I don't really give a fuck, man. That's my personal take on it, but I don't like the fact that these people and their movements are being used to like hijack shit as frivolous as a video game release, These are people dealing with real everyday issues, everyday problems in society, and these terminally online assholes who just want a reason to bitch and complain about something are using them as the pawns in the chess game against a fucking video game. Like, it's really honestly ridiculous, and it's kind of sad too, because I can't imagine that, people support that, right? In these communities, like using this shit as like a weapon against people. Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. All over a video game, all over some pixels on a screen. And then you have like some certain media outlets and whatnot that are reviewing the game. I saw like Wired magazine or whatever gave it a 1 out of 10 because of the shit in the game, they thought it was anti-Semitic and whatnot. All of these outlets that are like giving it poor reviews and whatnot as like a way to basically like stand with the mob or whatever, it's just so fucking cringe. And if we're being honest, man, it's a perfect example as to why a lot of these gaming magazines, gaming news outlets and whatnot are all fucking dying off. Why they're all having to slash all their employees and they're going bankrupt and shit like that. Because they don't have any real actual opinion, They don't really, think that there's a problem with the game. It's nothing about that. It's the fact that they want to look like the cool kids, They want to be on the right side of everything, They gotta be on the right side of everything here because, the vocal minority of people on the internet that are just being louder than everybody else, those are the people you should take sides with all the time. I just think it's all fucking dumb, man. Like, people are getting worked up for what? A video game at the end of the day. That's what it is. But anyway, with all that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, probably getting Hogwarts Legacy, and signing out.